Growing up as a kid, my mum used to say, Anthony, you need to spend less time on your skateboard and more time reading books and doing your homework. Well, Mum, it looks like you finally got your way and it's sunk in. I've retired the old skateboard and you know what? I'm going to turn it into a bookshelf. So we need to remove this top deck here. So I'm going to get a heat gun first, soften it up a little bit, and then that should just peel straight off. And what the heat gun's actually doing is just softening the adhesive behind this tape on the board here. Doing it this way as well, you find it'll come off really, really, really easy. Okay, so as you can see, I've revealed the underneath of this board, and I'll tell you what, I actually love this. It looks pretty good, and I'm a bit reluctant to sand it, but you know what? I'm going to give it to Mum, and Mum's a lot more conservative than me, so I don't think she's going to go for this sort of stuff. So you know what? I'm going to sand it back, give it a really nice stain, and I reckon she'll come up pretty good. But I'm going to keep moving on this side and get this peeled off, and then I can start the sanding process. Tell you what, as I'm peeling this back and I'm revealing the condition of this board under here, I'm thinking to myself, the idea of sanding this is just not sitting well with me at all. But anyway, I'll keep going with it. I'm not happy, I'm telling you. But you know what, I think it's thanks to using a heat gun like this, because I think if I just tried to tear away at it or scratch away at it, you know what, there's no way that would have been preserved. And once again, you know what, the right tools will get the job done right every time. All right, I'll tell you what, that has come up a real treat. You know what, as I've been peeling away, I've thought, there's no chance now I'll be sanding that down. I'm sorry, Mum, but have a look at those colours. I don't want to cover up this text. Let the transformation begin. What I've opted for here, now these are just some standard little steel galvanised brackets that I just picked up from the hardware, and my thinking is that I might just put one down here, let's say, and then another one perhaps around there, and then I want to stack just about possibly 3 books or something on there. I don't want to cover up the writing at all. That's the whole point of this now. So, right, now getting these on, what I'm going to need is just a drill. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is just placing the bracket where I want the bracket to sit. Now, with the skateboard, it's already got some holes in it where the trucks were in there. I don't want to be drilling anywhere near that, because what can happen is I can blow out the hole, make it too big, and then our bolts aren't going to work. So I'm going to make sure that I'm well away from them. Now, the other thing, the reason I'm using bolts and not screws is because the skateboard's only really thin, so we don't want the screw coming out the other end, but a bolt's much better. Okay, just going to hold it into position like that. I've got my drill ready, and then I'm just going to pop it through. You want to make sure you hold the bracket nice and firmly when you do this, and just a slow drill. Just have it on slow speed. There we go. Okay, now I'm just going to drill one down here, and by doing that, I'm just going to transfer the weight. Alrighty. So they're both drilled. So our bolts should just push right through, and they do. And you'll just notice here that they're just poking through enough here, just so I can get some thread on with the nut. So we just want to pop that little one in. There we go. Same process, just enough to bite on there, that's good. Just get a couple of sets of pliers and just tighten it up. Now, it doesn't have to be, you know, overly tight, it just needs to be firm. All right, so that's pretty tight there, that's good. So, time for the second one, and I think something like that might be good. Okay, so repeat the process from before. Once we drill these and get this bracket on, then we're going to look at how we're going to hang it. All right, it's nice and tight there. So, Now we're at the stage where we need to find out how to hang this. Now, what I wanted to do is utilise these holes here, which are the old truck holes where the wheels used to be attached to. So what I did before was I cut a little bit of wire, just some normal picture frame wire. Okay, and what I thought we could do, if we just bring a bolt through one of these truck holes, like that, we can then just get our wire and just make a little loop, get it roughly the same size, and then just put it over the thread and then just pull a little bit tight on that, just so it's snug around the thread. Then what we're going to do is get one of our nuts, just start to tighten that through. So now as you get it closer, what you can do is then grab some pliers, just grab the end, hold the end like that, just give it a bit more of a tighten up. And then we just tighten that nut down. So what the nut's actually doing is that's holding that wire into place so it's not going to slip. Same process, we'll get it nice and tight. So, all right, so that's nice and tight, nice and firm. So I'm going to repeat the process on the other side and she'll be ready to hang. All right, now I've got some books that I brought from home. Okay, now what I was thinking is that we could have some of these books on here. Oh, look. Mum, here's one of the ones from school. Some of the books I never read. Watch the movie, much easier to do that. All right, so what we could do is just have something like this. All right, so there we have it. I'll tell you what, who would think that you could turn a skateboard into a bookshelf? And you know what? It's living proof that sometimes when you start a project and you go in there with a mindset that you're going to be taking things off and sanding them down and staining them, and then along the way, you find out that, you know what, you're better off leaving it as it is, because I tell you what, the colour of this red and the graphic on there, it's a standout. You wouldn't want to change it for the world. You know what, Mum? Now that I think about it, I might keep this one for myself. Sorry, Mum.